Hello and welcome to Night 2 from Bowman Gray. Tonight we'll have the pole shuffle and the B main, be setting the top 10 for the feature, as well as adding 5 drivers who could not get it done in the heat race in from the B main. Should be a good night of racing, and we'll go ahead and get started here with the pole shuffle. There's your lineup there. Austin Dillon is on the provisional pole right now. We'll see if he can hold it. This will be a 10-lap race, a shootout, if you will, a sprint race, no cautions. 5 points paid to the winner and the pole, of course, and the finishing order of this one will set the top 10 for the feature. Green flag is out. Austin Dillon off into turn 1. Kevin Harvick right on his bumper there, beating the bumper off the 3-car right away. Just because it isn't to get into the feature doesn't mean these guys won't race hard. And right away you can see the bottom groove is working very, very well. Everyone who's on the bottom moving forward. Cody Ware up to 3rd, Denny Hamlin pushing him. Ryan Preece just going backwards. So is Brad Keselowski. And that's just, it's a flat quarter mile. You want to be on the bottom, and it's going to be bumpers. Gonna use up bumpers trying to get by people here. Christopher Bell started dead last in this race. You can see him working on Ryan Preece for 6th. Preece started 2nd and is, well, trading positions with Christopher Bell, just straight going backwards. He won his heat race, but just doesn't seem to have the speed here. And though it's unfortunate, he's still going to be in the feature. They can make some adjustments to try and get that car back to what it was in his heat. Joey Logano here working on Denny Hamlin, lap 6. Christopher Bell coming through as well. He got that pass done for 6th, and now he's thinking about getting underneath of Denny Hamlin, his Joe Gibbs teammate, get up to 5th. This car is really fast, so it's quite interesting to see as we ride along board here, coming to 3 to go, how good Christopher Bell's car is, and coming from shotgun on the field to be in the top 5, a good starting spot. Obviously, he's going to want to be on the inside. The inside is what will work in the feature. Those first 5 or 6 laps of establishing track position, he's going to want the inside. So trying to finish 5th would honestly be the best way to go here. Austin Dillon coming around to take the white flag. This race gone in a flash. 10 laps of a quarter mile, no time at all. Dillon has about 2-3 car lengths on Kevin Harvick. Not really going to have to worry about it here. He'll come around through 3 and 4 on the bottom. Smooth, and Austin Dillon will take the pole shuffle. That's 2 wins and 2 starts. The 3-car might be the car to beat here this weekend. And there will be your top 10 for the feature there right in front of you. Austin Dillon takes 5 bonus points. We'll move on to the B main, where Bubba Wallace will start from the pole. Kyle Busch starting dead last. It'll be interesting to see if Kyle Busch can use these 50 laps to get to the top 5 and transfer out of it. It'll be fun to watch, because that is sure to be a good car. I doubt that they would have not made the right adjustments. I mean, it's the 18. They're going to make good adjustments and get that car better. Bubba Wallace has taken us to the green already and gotten about a 2-car length lead off the jump. Once again, the bottom is pulling away. Kurt Busch, Tyler Reddick on the bottom there. Michael McDowell, I mean, everyone on the top is just going to be trying to get down. We'll see if Michael McDowell can here. Not really a gap. Kurt Busch working the bottom again, and I mean, just looking for a gap. Now there's a gap, about a car length. Will the 34 take it? 34 slots in. Now we got 4 cars single file, 5 cars because Chase Briscoe gets out. Now the first car stuck on the outside with no way down is Kyle Larson. Alex Bowman also stuck. Tyler Reddick is on the outside, but there's about a car length gap between him and Eric Jones. He can get back down. Kyle Larson gonna actually get the run off the top side. We haven't seen many people do it, but if anyone's gonna get a run off the top, I guess it's gonna be Kyle Larson. Able to clear Corey LaJoie and get down to the bottom in 7th. Teammate Alex Bowman's got a shot for the bottom here, but he will fall all the way to 10th from a decent starting position. Not what you wanted for the 48, but he can still recover. And look at that, behind him on lap 7 of this race, Kyle Busch has already passed 7 cars. That's 1 car a lap. And now he's thinking about Alex Bowman. Bowman gonna pin it on the bottom and make it difficult, but I think Busch is faster. That car is really charged through the field, and he might have hope yet of getting into that top 5. But he's gonna have to get through a lot of traffic, because guys are not gonna make it easy to pass. Corey LaJoie is going to be the antithesis to that, and he's going to lay over. He gives the high side to Busch. doesn't really challenge him here, and I guess Corey knows that it's not really his place. He's one of the only back markers that started up front in this race. He knows he's going backwards, and he's just trying to, at this point, preserve the car because he's not going to get into the feature without some luck. Meanwhile, Bubba Wallace, speaking of preserving, is preserving quite a big lead over Kurt Busch. Michael McDowell in the third. We saw him settle into line earlier, and this car is pretty sporty. He's hanging out, running good lap times, and settled into third. That's a good place to be. He will transfer from that position if he can stay there. Chase Briscoe behind him. Eric Jones holds the last transfer spot in the 43. Got a healthy gap back to the 8th, but I'd imagine when they get into traffic, things will close up and this race will get a little more interesting. Right now, we're sort of spread out here. And speaking of struggles, Alex Bowman, just not there. Running in 12th right now from a 6th place starting position, nothing but backwards, and his Hendrick teammate Kyle Larson having similar struggles. The Hendrick cars are Jekyll and Hyde. 48 and the 5 have completely missed it, while the 24 and the 9 both are already locked into the feature. So, just a Jekyll and Hyde situation for Hendrick Motorsports, and it really looks like the 5 and the 48 don't have the speed. They'll need some serious good fortune to get into the feature. Bubba Wallace here, still leading the way, but he's been stuck behind BJ McLeod for quite a while, and Kurt Busch has closed the gap. Now, I mean, he's there. He's on his bumper. Bubba's going to have to raise the intensity to get around the 78, and I mean, bumper to the back of him. He's being very aggressive, and he's going to continue to work it. Once again, bumper to the back of the 78 in the center of the corner. This time, I think he's going to get to the inside. He's going to do it. I mean, BJ has every reason to fight for the lead lap. You know, get a caution and get some luck, and he could find himself passing a few cars through caution or crashes and attrition. Kurt Busch had the same struggle with BJ McLeod, and then Brennan Poole just makes a mistake, clears himself when he's not clear, turns Kurt Busch down through those jersey barriers and into the outside wall. Kurt gets back going, just glances off it, will stay green, but he's got serious front end damage, and he is going backwards. That's Michael McDowell going by him for third. Eric Jones will look for fourth, and Tyler Reddick, if that 8 car gets by the 1, then Kurt is out of the transfer spot from what was seemingly a safe position, battling for the lead. Just one bad moment, and suddenly, off the nose of Brennan Poole, Kurt Busch is officially out of the transfer. We'll have to find a way to rally if he can, but I don't think it'll have the speed with that damage. We'll take a look at the replay in a moment, but Kurt just got turned there, the 15 clearing himself, and at the hands of someone else's mistake, Kurt Busch is likely out of this feature. That jersey barrier does not have collision. Would have been a lot worse for Kurt if it did, but still, I think it's going to end his chances riding along with Briscoe here. You can see the 15 just come up the track when he's not quite cleared. A few inches short of clear, it's likely a spotter mistake, and Kurt's going to be very, very frustrated with that, but simply that's just part of racing with lap cars. It's not a good part, but it's something to do with it. And speaking of lap traffic, it has closed up this field just like I said it would, and now we have quite a few cars under a blanket for 5th. Eric Jones holds it now, but Ryan Newman's gonna take it. He's got the speed on the bottom and the preferred groove. Kyle Busch goes by Kyle Larson as well. Kyle and Kyle show there, a little bit of contact, but nothing too bad. It really launched Larson up a couple grooves. Didn't hurt Busch at all. Busch will settle in the 7th. Now he's going to look on Eric Jones for 6th. It seems like Kyle Busch has a car that can actually close the deal here and get to the top 5, which will be very impressive after his disastrous heat performance. I mean, that car was just... He sustained no damage. He got in no trouble in the race. He was just terribly, terribly slow and finished dead last in his heat. Quite a serious improvement for the 18. He now just needs to get by Ryan Newman. Newman, harder to pass than a kidney stone, but I think that Busch is just going to be faster. Newman had a little bit of an issue with the 15, and now the 15 that caused Kurt so much trouble is going to be what gets younger brother Kyle close enough to Newman to get underneath of him, and he's going to go by, move Kyle Busch to the transfer with about 14 laps to go here. Tyler Reddick is now under pressure from the 18. That's for 4th. Reddick obviously wants to keep that spot. That's a good place to be, to have that one spot buffer back to the transfer and not have to worry about it, but he's not gonna. Kyle Busch will move to 4th. Reddick would eventually challenge that one back. These two would battle for this spot back and forth. Pretty even, similar speeds, and they had 6th place covered. Ryan Newman and Eric Jones could not close on this battle, so they were free to do whatever they wanted here, and the 8 would get by here, and then Kyle Busch shortly thereafter would go back by Tyler Reddick in the 8. All that really does is determine whether you're going to start 24th or 25th in the feature. Reddick eventually, Kyle Busch got back by, and now Reddick under pressure from Jones. Jones is going to get that spot. Coming to lap 46 here for these guys. That is 4 laps to go, and now Reddick is on the back burner. He's going to have to find a way up against the wall here. They get back by Eric Jones here. The 8 seemingly has been faster than the 43 the entire race, so if he can do it, it would make sense. Jones going to go to the high side here, try and use the high side to work past this slower traffic. Brennan Poole continues to be in the way. Makes contact with the 18. I don't know, Brennan Poole has a vendetta for the Bushes today. I can't tell you why. He's been a wrecking ball for the Busch brothers. Tyler Reddick gonna get by Eric Jones, uses Jones going to the high side over Brennan Poole. And we're coming to the white flag here. And there it is. Tyler Reddick has the spot. If he can just hold off Newman and Jones, he's going to transfer. Bubba Wallace comfortably wins this race, taking the B main. It's a nice little moral victory for the 23. And Tyler Reddick, Kyle Busch both get through. Kyle Busch, a very impressive run to come from last on the grid to make it into the top 5 and get through to the feature. That's a very fast car, and it's good in traffic. We'll see what he can do. And Reddick joining his RCR teammate in the feature, Austin Dillon, on the pole for that race. And we'll take a look at the lineup. Here it is, the top 10. There's the 3 on the pole. And how about Cody Ware in 3rd? Used good track position from the draw to find himself starting 3rd. That's a great run for a Rick Ware car. Reed Sorensen in 15th. And there's your last 5 in from the B main. Now we'll take a look at the guys who are going home early. A few big names in this list. Ryan Newman, for example. Alex Bowman, Kyle Larson, a couple of Hendrick cars. Kurt Busch with that damage. And Eric Jones also not making the cut. Corey LaJoie and BJ McLeod had great draws but could not maintain track position. Well, that will be it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, hope you have a good one. See you next time.